Well, breaking news, it's been coming for a while, but Man City have almost signed Erling Haaland. The Man City CEO, Ferran Soriano, has informed the Dortmund boss that last week that he's ready to activate the 75 million euro release clause. This was a release clause that was placed in his contract by his then agent, Mino Raiola. And so for 75 million euros, it's absolutely a snip. Obviously, his wages are probably going to be pretty high, but you're buying a player that in Germany's basically scored one goal in one game, 1-1, and it looks like he's had his medical in Brussels on Monday. And as I say, like the £75 million fee was never the issue for any of the clubs because he's worth more than that in this market. It's just whether he wanted to sign and his wages. So obviously Mino Raiola's passed away, so I don't know who's actually brokered the deal. It looks like his father's ties to Man City have been really pivotal. Obviously his father played for Man City, famously had a really big run in with Roy Keane where he almost had his career ended. Um, so with these release clauses, though, it's important to note that they're often paid in one lump sum, whereas most transfers are paid over the course of a contract. So if you buy a player and he's on a 5-year deal and you pay 100 million, you pay 20 million pounds a year to the club. But with the release clause, you have to make a lump sum payment, and that means maybe your transfer budgets for the season with FFP are affected elsewhere because it's a big chunk of your money, basically. I mean, to be fair, there's only two question marks over him. The good part is he's young. He scored 85 goals in 88 games for Dortmund, which is unbelievable return. Unbelievable. There's two question marks, as I say. Number one, injury record. He's been injured quite a bit, and maybe it's growing pains. But as I say, he's 21, so he might get over it. The other one is City's system. Now, obviously, if you look at City's chance creation, he's going to have loads and loads of chances, and I think he's going to score lots and lots of goals. But City are generally faced with against teams who sit in a low block. They try to control possession, and then they obviously try and get in behind, put it back to the byline and score. So generally, Haaland's been in a team that plays on the break, that's a counter-attacking team. So with City, they've got quite a lot of diminutive players that can play in tight spaces. Like think about Bernardo and Foden; they really can play in tight spaces. And I don't think that Haaland's main quality is the technical quality. His main quality is his power, running power, and his ability to score goals. So he's a very powerful player, but I don't know. He'll have to actually develop that side of his game to play in tight space. If you look at like Aguero, um, you look at that type of forward or Lewandowski, like they're really technical players. Their movement in the box is unbelievable. They know how to find a yard and they can play in really tight spaces, and they're not as powerful. So I think for the money they've paid, it's unbelievable. City don't have a striker. 75 million euros is basically about 60 million pounds. It's literally nothing. It's really, really cheap for a player that's going to be 22 years of age in July. Madrid tried to get him probably. I think everyone wanted him really. He probably turned down a move to Man United, and 63 million pounds is a bargain. He's on a 5-year deal. He'll be on 500 grand a week, so that's kind of a 125 million pound contract. So it's about a 200 million pound investment, but he'll score goals. I mean, I'd probably score goals for City's team, the amount of chances they create. They've not had a striker, so let's see. There is a school of thought that it might affect them because these are not really Pep type players. If you look at Grealish, if they were to buy Pogba, and if they get Haaland, they're not really Pep type of players, but I think it's a no-brainer for them. Also, they'll be able to sell him on for more money, and but anyway, City, another good signing from them. On the balance of probabilities, it's going to be a great signing. It could fail, but it's unlikely to with his goal record. But let's watch this space. City will be even stronger next season.